wonderful. Rachel Leishman. We've covered a few of her articles here on the channel. A few of these Mary Sue articles. God, this news just makes you want to fart rainbows, doesn't it? It's just so... Even when the SJWs who attack these shows without understanding what they are, now they're admitting, yes, the Orville's good. Maybe we should be watching it. That's hilarious. That is so hilarious to me. Because how many critics just put off the Orville like, oh, it's just a parody of Star Trek. It's just going to be a bunch of dick jokes and fart jokes, and it's going to be a bunch of toilet humor. And no, guess what? Star Trek is now the equivalent of toilet humor. Now Star Trek is the cheap, shocking things just for the sake of being shocking and to be edgy. And the Orville has the heart and the character development and the love of science and exploration and space and characters and storytelling and entertainment. Whereas Discovery, it's clear to me Discovery is just there to flip a profit for a property that they own that they don't care about. And it shows, and it really shows. So let's see what this person says. Now, this, if you guys are unfamiliar, she's one of these people who go around on Twitter saying, oh yeah, Ghostbusters 2016 was great, except for those crying man babies, as long as you weren't in a theater with those people. So she is one of those people on Twitter. Please don't ever harass her. We're just making fun of her on the channel, in the privacy of our own channel. And she's a celebrity. She's a verified twitmark. That's a good name for it. We'll just call them that. Verified twit marks. Those are the blue checkmark Twitter people. And then I'll be one too when I get mine. So, verified twit mark people. She's one of those who goes around inserting her opinions and her prejudices online against males, white people, whatever, even though she's very much a white woman, probably. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care what she looks like. Doesn't matter. She's kind of horrible to people and nasty. So, at least what I've seen. And her articles are not any different, but that's beyond the point. Let's see what the writing and the content is. Look, maybe I was quick to judge. Maybe I was put off by my dislike of Family Guy, and it made me skeptical to watch the show from creator star Seth MacFarlane, but I'm here to admit my wrongdoings and say that everyone should be watching the Orville. Yeah, you should. It's fucking intelligent and amazing, and I love it. With a feel of Star Trek and the wit of, well, a Seth MacFarlane show, the Orville brings to life a crew that is part of an exploration for peace. Yeah, unlike Discovery. Discovery's... What the crap is Discovery? Spoilers for last night's episode. It's about shocking people and nauseating them with... there wasn't any cannibalism in last night's episode, so at least there was that, but, there was, what's the term? Infanticide. There was stuff like that. Only they didn't have the balls to actually go through with it, like Battlestar Galactica did. So, Star Trek Discovery is just so not Star Trek. She goes on, at first, my problem was that I thought the Orville was mocking shows like Star Trek with its tone. No! It's a tribute, it's a send-up, it's doing Star Trek because we don't have Star Trek right now. Yes, we have a series that's licensed by, an official, but no, we don't have Star Trek right now. We have the Orville, though. What we have on CBS All Access is... I don't know what the crap that is. It's not Star Trek. Whatever it is not Star Trek. It is basically a bunch of soap opera writers' idea of what Star Trek should be, without having any of the stuff that we actually want in Star Trek. Sure, we've seen shows making fun of our faves before, but with content like Galaxy Quest, it's clear that these kind of productions are rooted in love of the series that they're poking fun at. Oh, Galaxy Quest wasn't poking fun at it, really. Galaxy Quest was See, there's a difference between poking fun at and a loving send-up and parody. And I think that is verbiage that we need to kind of get rid of our vocabulary. Get rid of from our vocabulary. You're not poking fun at something if you love it. Sorry. The Orville follows Ed Mercer and his first mission as captain, and is compromised for a fun crew of his ex-wife, his friend Pilot Gordon, John Lamar, Alara Katan, and Dr. Claire Finn, and Bortus. God, did you watch last night's episode of The Orville? I love Claire so much. She's probably my favorite character on the show now. I really love her. I really love that character. It's basically just the crew of the original series of Star Trek, but in a winking fashion. It kind of, well, no, it's the crew of Next Generation, because you've got, Bortus is the Klingon, Isaac is Data. Oh my god, and Rachel, did you never see Star Trek? I bet she never saw Star Trek. She probably thinks Next Generation is the first series. It's not the original series of Star Trek. People. As it tackles weirdly poignant issues, there's something about the Orville that doesn't have me rolling my eyes. In season 1, there's a lovely episode about our cancel culture and how we make an assumption without getting all the information first, as I may have done with the Orville in the beginning, and probably everything else you write about. Seriously, you were one of those horrible SJW man-hating people on Twitter that I see all the time. And it seems a lot like those people don't actually read and understand. You know, they're very much this knee-jerk reaction, outrage culture sort of people. And I do like to group them all together because they all kind of say the same thing. And this is why we have memes like the NPC meme, you know? This is why we have that sort of stuff. Because they are all kind of the same sort of people. They say the same thing. They recite the same nonsense. You know, if you don't like something, they're like, oh, you're just a racist. You're a sexist. You're the... No. Change the record. Learn to think for yourselves. Break your programming, people. Read between the lines. Read what isn't being said as well as what is in these articles, and you'll have a much greater understanding. But no, a lot of the time, people read the headlines. I've been getting shit lately because people just read my titles and they don't see a question mark in there. They don't understand I speculate. And I look into things, and I use logic and psychology and reason behind everything I talk about on my channel, and they don't understand that. They just see the title and like, oh my god, you're just telling people Discovery's canceled. No, I'm saying here's why I think it probably is. You know, I'm probably about 75% sure Discovery's canceled right now, and I'm 100% sure it hasn't been renewed for season 3. I speculate. You know, I'm not a news channel. I talk about... I'm more of an anchor. I'm more of the editorial anchor that you guys see. So yeah, this is one of the biggest problems with our culture is we have so much of this going on. And I'm guilty of it myself. There's a lot of stuff I don't understand. There's a lot of otherwise intelligent people, even in our community, that may have gone blindly about something without really realizing about, like, what, and digging into it. And I'm the same way with Ghostbusters 2016, I'll admit it. I don't know everything about that. But let's get back to this. I'm rambling again. I always do that on my videos. When the crew goes to find out what happened to the missing scientists, the crew of the Orville discovers one of their own caught in the crossfire. He goes on an apology tour for dancing on a statue and still almost essentially executed for his behavior. It could have easily been a bad commentary on our own culture, but the episode provided a great look on how we live in a society where even the smallest thing can be blown out of proportion. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. With a vibrant cast, an amazing group of characters, and a brilliant way of writing dialogue to sound like, well, again, like a Seth MacFarlane show. The Orville is maybe... Learn how to write, Rachel. Seriously? Learn how to write. Is maybe one of the best new science fiction shows on television. The Orville is maybe one of the best new science fiction shows on television? It's a question, even. I feel badly about judging right off the gate. Well, good. Don't do that. Sure, there are moments when it feels very much like it's mocking Star Trek. There are obvious calls to classic episodes. Again, what is this? She italicized the T, like the one where Claire is separated from her kids and her 2 boys must work together with Isaac to find her. But overall, the show is entertaining. Well, that was actually one of the weaker episodes, I think, of the original series, even though it does set up a lot. It has a lot of great character development. That is one thing about the Orville. You want to see these characters interact. I don't want to see the Discovery characters interact. I want to see less of them. You know, you give me some random alien and let me follow them around for... God, the Harry Mudd stupid short trek was probably the best thing, and that had no Discovery people on it. Like, seriously. I'd watch that. I'd watch that show. You just need to change the name to not Harry Mudd, and you need to make it not take place in the Star Trek universe. Put it in Stargate, it'd probably be fine. I'd watch that show. I'd probably love that show. But the fact that it's insisting it's Star Trek and trying to weave its way up Star Trek's canonical backside doesn't actually help the fact. It hurts it. There's a great look at how we view our favorite sci-fi shows and how we can make them feel fresh in the modern age. Yeah, by basically redoing them with a new franchise. Yeah, so Are you admitting that the Orville is Star Trek now? Even SJWs are admitting the Orville is Star Trek now. That might be my title. That might be my title. So here's my official apology to the Orville. You're great. I'm maybe attracted to Seth MacFarlane. I can't wait to see where the show takes us. You're not allowed to say that. You are not allowed. Rachel Leishman, how dare you? You are not allowed to base what you feel about somebody based on their looks. Especially, what a sexist, horrible thing to say about somebody that you're attracted to them. How dare you? You're just gonna have to turn in your SJW card. Oh, he's a white man, of course. To be honest, he's kind of hot. But I can't wait to see where the show takes us. Please continue to be just as weird and as wonderful as you currently are. Oh, and here's the thing. When even people like this love the Orville, they're not saying anything bad about Discovery, because we have this whole culture now where we have this like no negativity society. And I've talked about this many times in my own videos and little commentaries and vlogs and opinion pieces where I'm not even talking about stuff like Star Trek or articles or anything. We have this sort of no negativity society where people will like things ironically instead of saying that they're bad. You know, I hear this all the time on like the React channel, the FBE, all these teenagers. They'll be like, yeah, it's not for me, but it's great. I love it. Instead of saying, no, that's just shit. No, I can't deal with that. That's hot dog shit. No, they don't have the vocabulary. They don't have the verbiage because they're not allowed to anymore. You're not allowed to dislike anything. People lose their goddamn minds if you dislike something, to the point they threaten you if you dislike a show. And we also get the kind of hypocritical comments of, well, if you don't like it, don't watch. I fucking hate your channel, but well, if you don't like my channel, don't watch. Simple as that. Anyway, we have this no negativity culture that doesn't say anything bad about anything, and that perpetuates. And then the people wonder, and it's definitely a generation thing. I am going to be 40 next month. I'm an old person. A lot of what I hear comes from a lot of younger people saying, why are you so negative? Why do you complain so much? If you don't like it, why do you do this? It's because I love it. It's because I have a passion for these things. I want them to be where they were, at the level of Goosebumps, where I can't wait to watch the next episode. I can't wait to watch the next episode of The Orville. I want to see what happens. That's not where we are with Discovery. If I wasn't watching it for the channel, I probably wouldn't be watching it. I would probably just watch reviews. I would probably just rely on people like, Trek Yards even to do a review, because they're very neutral. They'll tell you the good and the bad. I wouldn't watch it unless I started covering it on the channel, probably. And what does that say when I just don't want to watch Star Trek? But I'd rather watch The Orville, and I'm clearly a Family Guy fan. Those are the original plushies from 1998, the first run when they first produced merch lines for Family Guy. They're two different things, though. Family Guy is not Star Trek. And this is what people kind of forget, that The Orville isn't Family Guy. Seth MacFarlane is not a dumb person. He's not incapable. He's not incompetent. He's no Alex Kurtzman, and I mean that as the hugest compliment. And insult to Alex Kurtzman. Alex Kurtzman wishes he had, the amount of talent Seth MacFarlane has in his pinky, right? What do you guys think? Do you find it kind of funny and kind of like it's just desserts or just deserved that even the SJW sort of publications are now liking The Orville because it's a good series? Anyway, tell me what your thoughts are on the comment section below. I am MechaRandom42. I have been told I need to pop this up on screen more. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next video or live stream. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!